Brother and lads, welcome back to Cossy Arsenal Podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. In the last 24 hours, Arsenal have signed Declan Rice and Jurriën Timber, and that makes us the biggest spenders in this market, ahead of Real Madrid, who have spent 115 million euros. Arsenal have spent over 250 million euros now on 3 players. Now, all our deals are done. All the deals that we happen to enter the summer with, Havertz, Rice, Timber, all those deals are done. But what is surprising is that Arsenal are still diving into more deals. We're trying to sign Bitella. We're trying to sign Marcus Leonardo. We're also trying to sign, Romeo Lavia, because Thomas Partey is leaning towards Juventus and Saudi Arabia, according to recent reports. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. We will handle the Thomas Partey story, do not worry. But for now, let's dive into the early business and what is next for Arsenal after these 3 major signings. Now, I think the biggest one is Declan Rice. Today, Arsenal have just signed Declan Rice, 105 million. West Ham confirmed that, and they're really ecstatic. Arsenal are also very ecstatic that the deal is done. So we can happily say that Arsenal now have the most expensive English player of all time, signed by an English club. But then we can also say that Arsenal have signed their record transfer player, their record transfer signing in the summer of 2023. The expectations for Rice, that actually comes in less than a month to go, because we're going to be playing Manchester City in the Community Shield. I think that's going to be his biggest test, in terms of beginning. But then, of course, we will have that 38 game run where Arsenal will try to win the title, where Arsenal will try to do what we did in the last campaign, plus even better. Jurriën Timber signed slightly before Declan Rice for 40 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons. That was confirmed by Ajax. They are very, very straight Ajax with business. They did confirm that Jurriën Timber leaves to join Arsenal for 40 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons. And of course, earlier on, Arsenal had signed Kai Havertz for 60 million pounds plus 5 in add-ons, which actually was also confirmed by Chelsea. And Kai Havertz has already had his debut at the club. Now, Mikel Arteta, according to what we've heard, Mikel Arteta told Arsenal that Declan Rice was central to the deal, was central to his process, was central to his team and whatever he was building. And Arsenal didn't have a backup option to that deal. So it was either Declan Rice or absolutely no one else. And I think that's absolutely right, because all the time we did not hear that Arsenal were trying to sign Declan Rice or they will move over to Sad Milinkovic-Savic. There was a few rumors here and there that Moises Caicedo was on the list, but those rumors were quickly killed when Arsenal actually pulled out of the race to sign Moises Caicedo. So early deals for Mikel Arteta. Looks like he's cooking something, looks like he's building something, and next season is going to be a big one for him. It's going to be a huge one for him, because he set the expectation, he set the bar too high by challenging Manchester City in last campaign, by going out in the market to sign players worth 250 million euros. Literally, that means that next season there is only one thing he can do: win the title or come under a lot of criticism for the team from the supporters and from everyone who watches football is going to keep his eyes on Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. If we don't win the title, if we do not replicate what we did last campaign, it's going to be hellfire. But 3 signings earlier on, 250 million euros spent, that is genius work from Edu. And this at this point in time, you've got to give a lot of credit to Edu and Mikel Arteta, because one, for you to sign 3 players worth 250 million euros within a space of 1.5 months, that is genius work. That is very good work. These deals were done 10 days ago. Most of these deals were done before we entered July, before we actually started the real days in July. Arsenal had already agreed a deal with Ajax, West Ham, and Chelsea. So good work by Edu. I think he's actually proven himself on a big stage. Like I said, it was always going to be one of those deals and one of those moments that either expose him as a quack or actually credit him as a very good sporting director. The fact that he has fought off Manchester City, the fact that he has fought with the likes of David Sullivan, the fact that he has finally broken West Ham, and he's got the deal done, probably at a very expensive price. But for me, the moment Rice goes on to win anything major for Arsenal, the price will be justified. Probably not winning the treble like Manchester City's Jack Grealish, but if he wins Arsenal anything, Premier League, Champions League, the price is absolutely justified. And then the other credit I will give to Edu is the composure and how come he has been in all these deals. He's actually done the Julian Timber deal before Rice. He did the Kai Havertz deal before Rice. Like, literally, that shows that he's a very, very capable guy in terms of multitasking. Because if you're dealing with these big signings, if you're dealing with these other players, it is going to be very, very hectic. It's very hard for you to go and negotiate with West Ham for Declan Rice, 100 million, with Manchester City knocking on the door, and then you sign Timber from Ajax, and then you sign Kai Havertz from Chelsea. That is a lot of work, and that is a lot of very, very good work. So, huge credit to Edu, huge credit to Mikel Arteta, both of whom actually seen this deal go through. However, Arsenal's deals and Arsenal's transfer window is not over. We are still doing deals, and we are still going all the way. So reports are coming in that first and foremost, Arsenal have made Bitello from Gremio their priority. 20-year-old midfielder can play almost everywhere in midfield. I've seen him. I've seen his profile on the transfer market website. Can play at DM, CM, CDM, attacking midfield, left midfield, and right midfield. Now, look, there's so many players of this caliber in Brazil. And I think what Arsenal are trying to do here, we're trying to secure the future. We're trying to make sure that if there is a player out there that can join the club, we still have a lot of success to go on to. We still have a lot of gaps to fill. I don't think we have a replacement for Odegaard. Yeah, I think Vieira could be that. He can do that if Mikel Arteta creates the environment and creates that system that actually favors him. But I think this team can welcome so many other talents. So Bitello is now the priority. It's not Romeo Lavia anymore. It is Bitello, 20-year-old player, Brazilian player from Gremio. If Arsenal get this one done, then they will also look at Marcos Leonardo from Santos, striker, 20 years of age. Now, his goal-scoring record is absolutely paranormal. His goal scoring record is absolutely outrageous. I've seen he has scored 15 goals from 15 starts for the Brazil under 20. 15 goals from 15 starts for the Brazil under 20. That is special. And there's so many, there's so many special wonder kids down there in Brazil. Gabriel Martinelli is one of them. And I think Mikel Arteta and Ed would want to recreate the same scenario. When they signed Gabriel Martinelli, he came into the side. Of course, he wasn't their signing. He wasn't Mikel Arteta's signing. He was a Unai Emery signing. But I think he's one of the, surviving talents that Unai Emery upgraded to the first team. He's one of the surviving talents. Him, Saka, I think they're the only two surviving talents, aren't they? And probably Kieran Tierney. Tierney is another player that we signed under Unai Emery, and he is still there. So those two young boys, we keep an eye on them. They're both 20 at the moment, and Arsenal are turning their eyes to the South American market. So I won't be surprised if we get a couple of Brazilians in, 2 or 3. The Romeo Lavia deal could actually come back to life, given the fact that Thomas Partey now is edging towards Saudi Arabia and Juve. Now, Juve are really complicated, and it's one of the things I don't want to do deals with Italian clubs. they are very complicated. They are very hard to do deals with. Of course, if you're not Chelsea, Chelsea have done a couple of deals with Italian clubs. Lukaku to Chelsea, Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic to going the other way. Tomori as well. I think they did have Batshuayi go to Italy as well, and Fikayo Tomori and a couple of other players. But the problem with clubs like Juve is they will try to bid for Partey. There is no question about that. But they will try to offer us around 30 million euros payable in like 4 or 5 years. I think it's not even a good deal. It's actually not even a good deal. But Romeo Lavia, if Arsenal want to get him, they will have to be fast, because Liverpool have apparently agreed a 40 million euro deal for their midfielder Fabinho to cross over to is it Al Ittihad to Saudi Arabia, and then that means that they will be pouncing on Romeo Lavia. Now, just remember that both of their CDMs and DMs will be leaving. Fabinho is leaving for Saudi Arabia, and I think the captain as well is on the cusp of joining Steven Gerrard in Saudi Arabia. So if they lose both of them, definitely Romeo Lavia is going to be a do or die for Jurgen Klopp. So if Arsenal want to get this one, we should be very, very early. There is also the possibility that Arsenal could do a hidden identity signing, just like we did with Julian Timber. Like a signing springs out of nowhere, and Arsenal, boom, we get it done. But anyway, we do have a lot of work to do. We do have a lot of deals incoming. I think our focus now should be on the outgoings as well. We could raise up to 100 million. I've seen Sky Sports there doing their maths, and they're saying that Arsenal could raise up to 100 million in sales. So we do the sales, we get more deals in, and we got to win trophies. I'll be doing my reaction to Mikel Arteta's press conference. I'll do my reaction to both interviews of Julian Timber and Declan Rice, and much more, content coming your way.